Good morning. Have a look at yesterday. Nothing really doing Preston and Millwall unless Millwall scored first. They have struggled to score that second goal. So that was a possible entry in. And you'd have got a quick response second half from Preston. English League One, not much going on there for me. Professional Development League, a couple of overs, all depending on the time as well. 57th minute. So arguably there's an overs technique where you back over 1.5 goals, second half at evens or higher. All you need is that single goal and you'll make a green screen. Champions League, well, get your violins out. We were with the right side. Didn't get involved at the right time though. Should have got involved at half time at 0-3. Disallowed goal 58th. Penalty 61st. Had those been converted, we're looking at a 3-3 and we're starting to motor. The in-play stats, again, I wouldn't have abandoned Atalanta. Just looks like they were mugged. This is what you have to play with in the Champions League. It's the tactical two-legged affair. One-way traffic, 30 goal attempts, 11 on, 8 off, 5 big chances, 14 corners to 0. Hit the woodwork once. Just another hard luck story like we had with Hamburg the other day. Missed penalty to get us that 2-1 reward. I did give you the possibility on Telegram of laying Celtic or looking for a late goal here. All they needed was 1 goal, Bayern, and they were through without going to extra time. Excellent performance from Celtic, tactically wise. Benfica and Monaco, well, it was at 2-2 that I suggested the possibility of another goal. Monaco had to score it, and they did to make it 2-3. But a quick response from Benfica. Did you manage to cash out? If you did lay that draw, did you manage to get out at that 2-3 quickly enough? 3-3, you could have arguably laid that draw again because Monaco scored 7 at the weekend against Nantes. Only needed 1 more goal and they were through. But the aggregate goal changed everything there for Benfica. That was it yesterday, really. Today, we've got a similar story with the Champions League. It's a tough one to unpack. Aston Villa and Liverpool too is a tough one to unpack. Let's have a look at soccer stats. Well, one of them smooth and the other one didn't know whether to win or draw. 3 defeats for Villa since the 4th of December, all come away from home. 3 score draws in 4 at home suggests they're vulnerable if leading, despite being unbeaten recently. Unbeaten in 12 at home, scoring and conceding in the last 5 at home. Unbeaten in 21 Liverpool, scoring in those 21 as well. 2+ goals scored in the last 3 away. Top 10 clash, but quite obviously trouble for Villa against the top 3, quite clearly. Conceding 2 goals against the top 2 consistently as well could spell trouble, but they are pretty solid against 4th and lower, but just looks like it's the top 2 are a step too far for the Villans. Liverpool, well, unbeaten away from home. Start the score draws though against 7th and higher. Is that going to extend to 9th? So an interesting match. We could expect both teams to score this evening, but Aston Villa's consistent conceding of 2+ goals against the top 2 could spell trouble. 6 goals scored in the last 15 minutes for Villa. And that's about that. 5 0-0s at half-time at home. 1 at full-time. So possibilities of second half goals there today. Tough encounter. Luton against Plymouth. Looking at the standings for this championship match. Obvious where motivation lies for Plymouth. A win takes them into that 31-point barrier and will get them out of the relegation zone. Luton, well, I can't see Luton. Well, they're at the bottom. That's unbelievable, Jeff. So this is a relegation 6-pointer. Luton actually fancied, but a relegation 6-pointer all the same. So the winner could take it all. Luton with a win will take them into 30 points. Plymouth with a win will take them into 31 points. Crucial that you take points off your nearest rival as well. So arguably there you'll be looking at laying that draw. Look at the 2 recent wins for Plymouth as well, suggesting that 5.25 away is a little bit too high for them. So it's a relegation 6-pointer, this one, i.e. form lines not that hot, are they? Dortmund and Sporting, a 3-0 lead for Dortmund in the first leg means all they have to do is just manage this match successfully. They can afford to concede 2 goals, but no more. But if they do concede 2 goals and score at the same time, they will still maintain a decent buffer. Obvious what Sporting have to do, straight out of the blocks. Possibility, therefore, for a first-half goal. Would you agree? PSG and Brest, well, PSG just love playing Brest time and time again, domestically or in this competition. 3-0, 5-2, it's comfortable. They are at home. Brest away aren't their greatest. Played Paris Saint-Germain in the last 2 away, make that last 3 away. So yes, it's a comfortable 3-0 lead, so they don't need to go full pelt, PSG. So don't forget, a 0-0 will suit them. A 1-0 defeat will suit them. A 2-0 defeat will suit PSG, making this 1.2 a little skinny for me. PSV against Juventus, been a bit poor domestically. 1-2 lead for the old lady coming into this one. PSV have not impressed in the Eredivisie. Messy draw either side of that Juventus defeat. Looking closely at the match, 82nd minute, Mbangula substitution. So a very tight match until the death. So it wasn't a runaway victory for the old lady. Only 1 goal in it. You saw yesterday's competitive Champions League matches with only 1 goal in it. Talking about 1 goal in it, it's 3-2 to Real Madrid from the first leg. This went as I expected it to do, like the Man City Paris Saint-Germain match, where one side was leading by 2 goals but still conceded 2. No side led by 2 though in this, but Man City did lead and were pegged back. So that could be another potential angle there today. It's all to play for. You'll have to favour Real Madrid here. We're likely to see both teams to score. And if you're looking at the angles, second half seems to be where the goals flow. They did so in that Man City PSG match as well. So that could be where you get the action. Second half, it could even back over 2.5 goals second half if it's a quiet first half. So all to play for there this evening. So that's it at the moment. While it's a little quiet, or early in the video, why don't we just have a look at that English Championship match and see whether one side performs better against relegation threatened sides than the other. Relegation 6-pointer here. Luton and Plymouth, the winner could change their season. It's that important. 3 points could get you into that 30-point barrier and ready for a push. But Luton are awful since Boxing Day. They haven't managed to win at all. Failing to score as well in 4 of the last 6 matches. Real problems for Luton Town. A couple of consecutive 1-0 defeats at home as well. Make that 3 1-0 defeats in the last 4 at home. An obvious defensive stance from Luton, but they're failing to score as well in 3 of the last 4 at home. Plymouth, they win sporadically, but on the run of 2 consecutive home wins against some big scalps. Can they take that into their away matches? Great 2-2 result against Sunderland, but they are a little hit and miss away. No win in 16 away for Plymouth, but they're given a chance today. This is what I'm talking about, challenge table. It looks as if Luton Town cope comfortably against 15th and lower at home. All of their wins when they play 19th and lower as well. Could signal something for you. Plymouth, 3-1 win last time they met Luton, so they'll be feeling confident, but they haven't managed an away win yet. Typical relegation 6-pointer. On challenge table form, you're with Luton Town's 4 wins at home against 19th and lower. That's consistent form, but it's very sporadic scoring and only 1 goal in it, so don't expect a goal fest. Indeed, 8-0 nils at half-time at home for Luton, only the one at full-time. That's 50% of home matches 0-0 at half-time. So we're going to expect a second-half avalanche here from both sides. 61% of Luton goals scored have come second half. So some real angles there. I'll be on hand for members of footballtradingprofits.com a little bit later on. But it's a toughie. Yesterday's angles, well, you saw, predominantly coming from the Champions League. And throw in a sprinkle of bad luck. This, we were very, very unlucky. Lookman disallowed goal 58th, penalty miss 61st. That could have changed the whole complexion of the match. That, in hindsight, was the best angle in 0-3 at half-time. We were with the right side. They just didn't have their finishing boots. Watch out for these kind of post-first leg angles. They don't need to win. But if they draw, they're through because of the aggregate score. So that was a good idea in taking Celtic on late on. And that 2-2 to 2-3 as well. Obviously scoring, so can score a third. And if you can get out, because you're looking for that angle there, 2-2 to 2-3, wasn't looking for this. So watch out for those angles this evening, all based around the first leg result. That's what it's all about this evening. 3-0 for Dortmund, looks comfortable, but can afford a 2-0 defeat. Brest, Paris Saint-Germain keep beating Brest 3-1, or 3-0 in this case. Expected to score 3+ goals today, but again, only need to manage the match to go through over 2 legs. This is a little bit tighter, only 1 goal in it. And the onus is on PSV to score first. They haven't been that impressive at all. Real Madrid and Man City, I'm expecting both teams to score here this evening, and I'm expecting second half goals, as you've seen with Man City against Real and Man City against PSG. Tend to see 3+ second half goals. That could be a ready angle if it's a quiet first half. Have a great day. I will see members of footballtradingprofits.com on Telegram a little bit later.